What's good, everybody? It's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another video. And this is from Hip Hop DX. Royce the 5'9" believes J. Cole is the only competitive rapper today. Now, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video on the road to 5K. So I thought that this was interesting. Because when we look at how deep competition is as far as in hip hop and what it's able to do, and it doesn't got to be disses, it could be as far as making you want to be a better artist. So that's why I was all like, okay, this is interesting. So Royce the 5'9" has claimed that J. Cole is the only competitive rapper active today. Appearing on his old Slaughterhouse groupmate Joe Budden's podcast, Royce was asked about the state of the rap game. The Rock City rapper answered, I haven't taken a real deep look out into the landscape, but from where I'm sitting, it looks like J. Cole's the only one being competitive. He's the only one who's rapping with the kind of conviction that says, I still value the number one spot as a lyricist, which, we can look at someone like Jid on J. Cole's label. We can look at, taking away from the kind of typical, I wouldn't even say typical, but someone like Harry Mack, I do a lot of reactions as far as his stuff. I would say, for the sake of lyricists and rapping, I would say that Harry Mack is definitely up there as far as in competition. But he says, I see a lot of the younger generation not really hanging their hat on just the lyrical part of creativity at all. They're finding different ways to impact and resonate with people, which is fine. That's when the elder statesman like myself starts learning. He continued, I want to make myself understand, why is this touching people like that? I can't even understand what they're saying, and he says definitely moving away from lyricism being the caveat, which I'm cool with because there's a lot more things I can do without being lyrical, which is interesting because on the basis of what's considered lyrical, for me, it's just some people confuse lyrical with consciousness and it can be in there, but I think that lyrical is just, to me, it's having a respect for the words that are coming out of your mouth. More than anything, it's just having a respect for the word play, and you don't got to be lyrical miracle, I think, to be lyrical. I think it's just how you're able to move around and do magic with the lyrics. If you can't understand what's being said, that's not lyrical. But if you're going through and you're rapping, saying these dope similes, and it ain't gotta be no crazy words as far as like definition, like that most people don't know type of thing. It can just be in the way that you're able to play with words, so I would say that the way J. Cole's rapping, especially in these features and definitely things like that, I can say that, yeah, J. Cole is like it seems like he's the only one on the court just like playing with himself, because where's everybody that's really trying to do that? And it's one of those things that you have people who are purists as far as with hip hop, they're always going to appreciate that. But when it comes to the global level, it's just people appreciate dope lyricism. They may not sit up there and like buy an album, but they appreciate like Black Thought on the freaking Fuck Blaster Flex freestyle, different thing. Like there's people who would definitely appreciate, the game and in there. And people, it was a viral freaking freestyle, like people appreciate the lyricism in the way that they want to appreciate it. So maybe right now the landscape isn't like, people aren't appreciating on a general mass level as far as maybe the lyricism in song format, but they definitely appreciate it in freestyle, or in parentheses freestyle format. I think it's just like he said, he looks at the landscape, or that he doesn't really look into it, but for where he's looking at, he says, J. Cole is that. For me, I'm looking at it from a different landscape. And I could definitely see J. Cole in there, but I could definitely see like the freestyle rap when I do these reactions, because I see it from a different area, a different vantage point. When I see these reactions to certain artists, I'm just all like, okay, no, they definitely still appreciate it, but like I said, they may not get it in a song format, but there's a way to kind of like, trick it in there, especially if it's and a lot of freestylists and a lot of people on, like, for example, Funkmaster Flex, they'll do this. Black Thought is a lyrical freaking rapper for sure. But when hearing the freestyle and hearing some of his freestyles, and he's not the only one that does this, but they're from some of the lines, sometimes whole verses are from songs. But didn't click to them as far as the listener when he did it in song format, but when the freestyle saying the same thing, but it's just like snap, so that's why I said maybe it's just in the way that the lyrics are presented, because people are gonna appreciate. Hell, even Royce the 5'9" went viral for like the BT freestyle, Sci the Prince. Like, people they'll know from that, but I don't know if it's in song format, But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Do you think J. Cole's the only competitive rapper out right now? And if not, who do you think is? Let me know in the comments. But it's Mr. Composition, the MC that writes fiction, back at it with another reaction or review or commentative video, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, notification bells on so you don't miss when I drop a new video. And check the description for my music, my comics, my books, all that and more. All right, y'all. Peace.